Hi everybody, I'm Kirsty Meakin from Nao Nails. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a leopard. So we're going to do a 3D leopard face. So I've already prepped this nail. I've removed the surface shine from the nail. I'm going to use a sculpting form and we're going to do a stiletto because it's quite fierce. Me and Andrew were having a little conflab about it. We were like, what shape can we do? So we thought we'd do a stiletto for you. I'm going to close the end of that first. Have a nice little handle to hold it with as well there. So we're going to put it on like that and then we can adjust it at the end. The form will drop slightly down. Maybe not that much because I want to go pretty long. Like a number 3.
Yeah.
Now when you close the form, it will change position very slightly. I'm just going to pinch that form a little bit there just so it doesn't drop flat completely. It's just an ever so slight pinch to have a little fold. So I'm going to get my thumbs and really put a bit of pressure on there just so I know that's really secure here as well, and it also gives the nail a nice tight pinch. I'm going to be using Caramel Dream and Clear. So we've got Crystal Clear and Caramel Dream. I'm going to be using medium speed liquid, so I'm going to pop that into my dampen dish. So I'm going to be using the Nail Prep dehydrator. That goes on first. I'm going to put acid-based primer on now. So I'm going to start with some clear. I'm going to pop it there. Make contact with the nail. Then bring down a very thin layer. Ever so slightly over that 3. And I'm going to use Caramel Dream right at this cuticle. Get it nice and neat. It does set quickly, Caramel Dream does. Fastest setting powder that we do. I'm going to let that set up a little bit, then I'm going to pinch this layer. Then I'm just going to pinch the length as well. Once that's set, I'm actually going to take the form off. You've got to be gentle because this free edge is really thin. I'm taking that off because I'm going to file around here because the majority of the design will actually build up the thickness required for the nail. This top part, however, won't have a lot of the design on it. So I'm going to file that, make sure that's all nice. I'm going to do my side walls. So you're basically creating a very thin layer for the rest of the 3D design. I like to do it this way because if I did it on a nail that was already constructed with the right thickness for a nail extension, then I put the 3D leopard on top, it's gonna be one hell of a thick nail, and I don't want that. So the strength for this nail will come from the leopard itself. I told you it was a fierce nail, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
You must be very gentle when you come to file this free edge. It is very thin. So we've still built up an apex at the back. The rest of the design will come from here down. So it's going to come from the apex down. And that's obviously where the nail is very thin. So I've dusted over. I don't need to wipe it. As long as I've got enough dust off, I'm good. Don't need to wipe it with any acetone or anything like that. I'm going to start by creating the neck part. I'm doing it all with Caramel Dream. And then I'm going to colour on top with coloured acrylic.
Acrylic or acrylic paint?
Acrylic and acrylic paint.
Oh.
All the kinds of acrylic.
Oh. She's going all out here.
Mm. I want it with the nuts, that's why. So the main face will be here. I want to blend this a little bit, so it's important to keep everything nice and neat. If you want to smooth it out, go over with a wet bead and that'll smooth. If I put liquid on there, that sort of gives me an outline to where the top of the head will be. So it's going to be that highest point of that apex. So top of your head's going to come down to about here. So I'm going to start with the top of his head because his snout will be closer to me in distance. Does that make sense?
Is it a snout?
His mouth.
I think it's a muzzle.
A muzzle.
Mm.
Snout, mouth. Okay, it's not a pig.
Is that the leopard growling already without his muzzle?
Yeah.
That's a clever leopard, that.
Going to come around the edge, do the sides. So anything that sits a little bit further away from you will be what you do first. So even if you look at a face, a normal human face, the nose is the first thing that is closest to you, unless you have a big chin like me. My chin might be longer than my nose.
I don't think it is.
Cassidy says it is.
Did she?
God, Mum, your chin's bigger than your nose.
She didn't.
Laughing her head off. I am going to do a thin section here, just to give me a guide of how long or short the face will be. Now, this leopard doesn't have a big chin like me.
Or no chin like me.
We're so critical of ourselves, aren't we? So now we're going to work down here and do the sockets and everything for the eyes and bring out this muzzle part. It's very important to plan this in your head at the same time as when you're putting it on. So look, I've got a wet bead there, so I'm just smoothing a little bit and blending everything together. I'm just going to add a bit of definition to the sides of his face.
Yeah, it doesn't look very ferocious at the moment.
No. I mean, it won't be really ferocious, to be honest with you. But so we're going to do eye socket. Now it has definition here. So it's higher and it has like a little line on through. Kind of like, yeah, I can't do it. I've had too much Botox.
What, flare your nostrils?
No, I was trying to. You know what I mean?
Frown?
Yeah. It has like a bit of
Furrow your brow.
furrow your brow. Is that what it's called?
Scowl?
So you know if the leopard's had any Botox because it won't have this line.
So you won't know if it's ferocious or not, will you?
No, you won't be able to read its
That'd be
feelings.
scary reading, wouldn't it?
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that
You're
leopard's
gonna eat
cross
me,
or
you're not
not.
gonna eat
Yeah,
me.
You're happy.
Your friend, you're
Yeah.
gonna bite your hand off.
yeah. I don't know if he's cross or not.
I'm going to place the ears on now. So it's a small bead, brush it in to the top of that face. Quite a simple shape, and you want to just hollow it out a little bit with your brush. Just wiggle your brush in there just to create some definition with the ear. Now I'm going to do the sort of top line of his mouth. So don't do the nose at this point, you want to do this sort of top line of the mouth, this here. That's the shape you're concentrating on his muzzle.
You liking that word, aren't you?
I'm liking it, isn't it?
Bite the end.
The bitey bit, the bit that you don't want to get bit by. It looks like it got a bottom.
Ryan Little.
Then we're going to do his chin. So the bottom lip and the chin. and then we're going to do the height of his nose. So blend that up, bring it down to a slight point. Tip of your brush just to slightly open out those nostrils a little bit. Could even use a dotting tool.
That's pretty amazing.
We do want a ball in the eye to create that. So I'm going to pick up a tiny bead like this. I'm going to drop it onto the paper towel. And I'm going to pick it up. Dropping it on the paper towel so it doesn't absorb a great amount of liquid. I'm going to place it just there and then pat it out a little bit. Same on the other eye. I feel like doing whatever they sing.